Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Consciousness Fucking Empowerment. Here we talk about consciousness, the law of attraction, and how to reach your fucking dreams. All right, let's get it. So today I'm going to talk about chapter 13, acceptance, in Neville Goddard's book, The Power of Awareness. Okay, power of awareness. Now, for some reason, okay, there it is. I thought I had lost my page. In this chapter, it's really difficult to understand it, but I'm going to make it easier for you. Because I'm going to start with the statement that he's making and how he explains it. Okay. If you watch these past videos, you're going to see it's pretty much the same thing from a different angle. He says something from a different angle. Okay. Now, before we move forward, okay, if you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you for being here. It means that you're looking in a direction to change your life, okay, for the better, okay, for the better. Now, before we get started, you need to ask yourself, are you ready to become the best version of yourself? Okay, the best version. You're not going to hold limits on yourself, okay? If you desire something, it's because it is something in you. I'm pointing here in the heart because it's emotional. The world is a game of emotion. So it's in you and you can have it. The only thing that's stopping you is the old concept of yourself. Okay? The old model of yourself. Okay, not the premium new model. The premium new model of yourself is the one that is taking you towards that desire. Desire is step one. Okay? If you're ready to be the best fucking version of yourself, keep watching. And two, be ready to learn. Ready to take in these concepts with an open mind. If you're not ready to learn, don't watch this. Okay, you're gonna be wasting your time. All right, now that you're ready, let's get started. This one's gonna be a really fucking good one, okay? Because I'm gonna simplify it. What he is telling us to do here in this chapter to manifest is the angle and concept of accepting the feeling of the wish fulfilled, okay? Accepting the feeling so that your imagination begins to work, okay? I'm gonna quote him. All right, this is the very last two sentences of the chapter, and these chapters are very short. Very short. Quote, "The Lord of hosts will not respond to your wish until you have assumed the feeling of already being what you want to be. For acceptance is the channel of his action. Acceptance is the Lord of hosts in action." End quote. In the New Testament, Lord or Christ is imagination. In the Old Testament, the Torah, the Lord of hosts is your imagination, okay? So you must assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, which in turn means you are accepting, okay? You are accepting this state. And when you accept it, your imagination goes to work. So if you're visualizing it and you're not feeling the wish fulfilled, you're doing it for, you're just being idle. You're not really getting the the subconscious mind, the universal mind, to work for you, to manifest what you want. Okay. Here's a quote. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. Zechariah 4:6. Zechariah 4:6. I don't know if I said it right the first time or not. And then he says, assume the spirit, the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and you will have opened the windows to receive the blessing. To assume a state is to get into the spirit of it. Okay? To assume the state is to get into the spirit of it. So the quote that he shares is, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, saith the Lord of hosts. But by spirit, he means feeling, okay? Said the imagination, consciousness, okay? Consciousness. Okay, said the Lord of hosts. Okay. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled in your imagination. When you assume the state is to get into the spirit of it. Now I'm going to share another quote. The man who at will can assume whatever state he pleases has found the keys to the kingdom of heaven. The keys are desire, imagination, and a steadily focused attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled. To such a man, any undesirable objective fact is no longer a reality, and the ardent wish no longer a dream. Like how I started off, you can change any undesired circumstance. The keys are desire. Desire, it's in you. The only thing that's stopping you is your old concept of yourself. Because look around you. That is an old concept that you have implanted, impressed, or manifested through your subconscious mind, and it is now a physical fact. Okay? It is an old version of you, and you are now in the present experiencing those mental images. Okay? So you create your reality. Everything in your reality is part of your mental diet, or what you are saying in your mind. As a result, you can change it. That's why revision is so powerful. Revision means that you remember a circumstance that happened to you. You could do this at night, anytime actually, and review your day or a moment in the past and visualize it as you would wish it to be. And your circumstance will start changing. I shared a story about a woman that Neville Goddard talks about, how she was arguing with her boss in her mind, and she started changing it. She started changing the conversation and assuming that it was a good relationship. So it became a good relationship, a good fucking relationship. So I'm going to repeat this again. Okay, the keys are desire, imagination, and a steadily focused attention on the feeling of the wish fulfilled. To such a man, any undesirable objective fact is no longer a reality, and the ardent wish no longer a dream. Because you're feeling the wish fulfilled. This is the key, because you start living your life from your wish fulfilled when you're manifesting. When you're a master manifester, you are living from the feelings of the wish fulfilled, not from the past. Okay, people who don't understand this and who don't use the mental, they're living from the external facts. Okay, the physical facts. They're both facts. Physical facts, imaginative facts. Now, the imagination. Okay, because we're talking about it, it is a fact. Okay, you're probably thinking right now, but it's not real. It's fucking real. Just because you can't touch it doesn't mean it's not real. Waves, Wi-Fi waves, radio waves, television waves, emotional waves, vibration. Nah, you can't see it, but it's fucking real. All right. Now, that's a difference. Okay. Yeah, we can tend to, get shifted, like see a car accident or something happens and our focus goes on to that. But then we have to shift back to focusing on what we're manifesting and not get absorbed in the external facts, because then they're leading you versus you leading you. Okay, you the captain of your ship, or are you getting tossed around like a bitch in the waves, by the waves? Okay, no, you're a captain of your ship. You're not a log in the ocean. And here is the last quotation I'm going to be sharing. It's pretty long. It's like 3 long ass. No, there's 2 small sentences and 1 long ass paragraph. Well, it looks long to me. Okay. These periods of absorption, of concentrated attention, are the beginnings of the things you harvest. However much you seem to be living in a material world, you are actually living in a world of imagination. The outer physical events of life are the fruit of forgotten blossom times, the results of previous and usually forgotten states of consciousness. They are the ends running true to oft times forgotten imaginative origins. Now going back to, those were out of order, but I felt that they were going to help you, okay? These periods of absorption, of concentrated attention, are the beginnings of the things you harvest. It is in such moments that you are exercising your creative power, the only creative power there is. At the end of these periods or moments of absorption, you speed from these imaginative states where you have not been physically to where you were physically an instant ago. In these periods, the imagined state is so real that when you return to the objective world and find it is not the same as the imagined state, it is an actual shock. You have seen something in imagination with such vividness that you now wonder whether the evidence of your senses can be believed. And like Keats, you ask, was it a vision or a waking dream? Fled is that music. Do I wake or sleep? Oh shit. Okay, now I'm getting off the book. What the fuck? I just had a fucking like epiphany. Like when you're, I've been experiencing this too. That's why I understand it. When I'm living in the physical realm, in the physical facts, as Neville Goddard likes to say, I'm like, is this a dream or is my imagination the real? Or like, which one's the real dream? They're both imagination though. They're both imagination. I got it now. Mental imagination, physical is just imagination made fact, physical fact. It's imagination. It's consciousness using its tool, its play of imagination. That's why the question at the end of that quote, do I wake or sleep? Am I awake? Or am I actually asleep? Is my conscious actually asleep and I'm living a dream? You kind of get like shocked of like what's real. They're both real. It's just that like shock, like, whoa, I was just over there experiencing such goodness. Now I'm back to the physical present. That's shock. That's when you've been there. This shock reverses your time senses. Okay, I'm gonna say it all over again. This shock reverses your time sense. By this is meant that instead of your experience resulting from your past, it now becomes the result of being in imagination where you have not yet been physically. I'm going to repeat that again. This shock reverses your time sense. By this is meant that instead of your experience resulting from your past, it now becomes the result of being in imagination where you have not yet been physically. In effect, this moves you across a bridge of incident to the physical realization of your imagined state. The man who at will can assume whatever state he pleases has found the keys to the kingdom of heaven. And that's where I end it. So this is about accepting the feeling of the wish fulfilled, because only accepting the feeling does your imagination begin to work for you to manifest. It's the feeling of the wish fulfilled, okay? The only thing that's stopping you is the old concept of yourself. So whenever you feel that uncomfortableness, like no, you shouldn't do that, or you can't do that. It's your old concept. Your old concept can't do that. Like, you could talk to him and be like, hey, yeah, that's you. That's your old self concept. And just know that. So you understand that. And just keep assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And so when the thing manifests, you're like, of course it was going to manifest. Of course. So the thing about maneuvering through the physical is that you have to remain in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So every time you visualize, you're experiencing life from the future to the present, okay, to the moment, not from the past to the moment. It's the future to the moment, future to the moment, future to the moment. And then when you live in the moment, you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Shake people's hand from assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. I like what he says here. He said something that really kind of like blew me off a little bit. Like, I'm like, whoa, what does it mean by that? All right. I can't believe I lost the chapter. So while I look for that, I'm going to talk about your experiences. All right. And the physical, you must have a switch. And the switch that I use is certain quotes that help me out. Okay, these certain quotes help me out because they guide my thinking. All right, they guide my thinking regarding the events that are happening. Okay, instead of thinking about, oh, why did that happen to me? Oh, he's mean to me, she's mean to me, they're mean to me. You say, life is happening for me. Everything is happening for me, for my good, for my greater good. Everything is happening for my benefit. I say those three. Everything is happening for my greater good. Everything is happening for my benefit. Life is happening for me. Use whichever one resonates with you. Okay? Use whichever one that you like. Yeah, my book is falling apart right now, but it is what it is because I'm using it. That's what happens. Okay. So whatever is going on is happening for you. And remember, in retrospect, when you manifest, when you received what you've been manifesting, you're like, oh, that's how it happened. Everything was supposed to happen for me. Everything is happening for me. I remember there was a time where I was manifesting sex, and I was with this girl that I really liked and, really wanted to be with. And then I just let it go. I'm like, it's not going to happen. I let it go, and out of nowhere, I got a call from another girl who I really liked, and like she never, let me be physically intimate with her. But she told me she was a virgin or whatever at the time, whatever. So she came back, and then we hooked up. We had sex a lot of times, and I was like, wow, that was crazy, because I was visualizing that stuff, and it's crazy because, not crazy, but it's I don't like to use that word anymore now. For some reason, there's something I don't like to talk. I don't like to say that. But so I digress about the term. A few months later, I started learning from my master, Bob Proctor, and I realized that what I had manifested, what I had created. And I'm still learning today. And experiencing life, Every day we're learning, we're experiencing life. That's what life is all about. It's about the process. Life is about the process more than the result, okay? Because in the process we have fun. We prepare. This is the times where we're learning, like right now, and setting time for our day and doing our meditation, our visualization. That's preparing our place. That's preparing our place in our mind. So when we come back, we're in the present and we're thinking from that place, right? That place where we're going, where we're manifesting. Okay, so let's take a look where he says, use your feelers. He says, to cross from one state to the other, you simply extend your feelers. Trust your touch and enter fully into the spirit of what you are doing. I underline next time. What do you mean by feelers? Your hands. Touch the thing that you want. What is it that you want? Is it money? Touch it. A woman? Touch her. Touch your hair. A woman's hair has a unique touch. That's how Manifestor Spike. I would see a little cat, and I knew in my heart it was my cat, and I would touch the little paws, the little claws. Just play with the claws gently, and now, cats' claws are sharp. So I was like, ooh, yeah. And then boom, my sister called me, hey, you're looking for a... Actually, I went to their house and said, hey, are you looking for a cat? Yes, I am. And then I was not surprised, okay? Not surprised at all anymore. That time I had already been studying the laws for a few, maybe years by then, maybe 2 years already. Consistently every day. That's why I post every day, okay? Unless something urgent has happened that I really needs my attention. But most likely, I'll be here every morning. I'll be here every morning for you guys. Okay? So do not be surprised when the love of your life or your wife or your girlfriend manifests, or the money that you want manifests, or the physique that you want manifests. The knowledge just comes up to you, and you absorb it, you resonate with it. Everything you want is yours the moment you assume it and you're feeling the wish fulfilled. Okay, it's yours. The only thing that's stopping you is your old concepts of yourself, okay? Things that you might have even forgot of and didn't know you were manifesting. All right. So I hope you liked this one. If this resonated with you, share it with somebody you love. If you heard somebody talking about this information, share it with them. Share this with somebody you deeply, deeply love and care about. Okay, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you want more details, if something didn't really make sense, you want more clarification, or maybe some books that can help you out. I know I'm a voracious reader, okay? I thought I was a voracious reader before, but now I'm just reading even more, okay? I love you. Thank you for being here. Until next time, peace.